A lot of times we'll have customers come in and they ask about pieces and their hallmarks. And one of the misconceptions that people have is that if a piece doesn't have a hallmark on it, it's not authentic. What people don't understand is that a lot of pieces made in the 70s, in early 80s, and going back, they didn't have hallmarks. The silversmiths didn't have the hallmarks. They didn't think they needed a hallmark. And starting about the mid-80s, the artists started using a hallmark to kind of identify their pieces and to make sure that people knew exactly who made it. I've got a couple of examples here of pieces with hallmarks. They're both made by a gentleman named H.L. Zuni. And they're older pieces, but this is just an example of somebody who put on their hallmark and people can identify it, and he was able to identify the pieces and let people know who the artist is. I've got a couple of older pieces, and the squash blossom here doesn't have the hallmark. It's an older vintage piece. It's a great piece, natural stone, sterling silver. But the misconception is when people come in is that, oh, without a hallmark, it's not authentic. People could be missing the boat and miss out on a great piece if they're going to go and say, I don't want a piece without a hallmark. They're just losing out. I've got another bracelet here. It has turquoise and it's called Snake Eyes. And again, great piece, vintage piece, no hallmark. But there is kind of a signature in the back by a person named Winston out of Zuni. And that's not necessarily who the artist was, more of a way of just identifying that the bracelet belonged to Mr. or Miss Winston. The last piece I have is a multi-stone, multicolored bracelet. It is stamped sterling, and it also has a hallmark. What makes this piece interesting is that it has a person's name, Lucy Tom, their census number, and the date of birth. And why she put her census number and date of birth on the back of the bracelet, I couldn't tell you. Maybe she had lost her purse one time and she wanted to make sure she had some sort of identification with her. She may have just wanted to make sure that the family members know that the bracelet belonged to her and there was no question on the ownership. I've had customers come in and they will look at a piece and it doesn't have a hallmark on it. And they ask me, how do I know this is authentic, and how do I know that you're not trying to sell me something that's not authentic? And my answer to their question is, we've been here since 1913. Our reputation precedes us. If we were selling you stuff that was not authentic, we wouldn't still be in business.